Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my channel. This is Kanisa Bo here, back with another video. I hope you all have been well and wonderful. For my new viewers, welcome to this channel, and for my current viewers and subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to support this channel and ministry. And so I'm going to get into the word real quick. Today's topic is know who you are and whose you are. Okay, so before I get into this word, I don't usually do disclaimers, but I'm compelled to do one today. I don't know how often I would do it, but I'm just gonna say this ministry that I've started is because God asked me to, and I said yes to. So I take this very seriously. I take it very seriously. I will not be up here playing with anybody's souls, especially I wouldn't even be playing with my own. I don't play about God because he doesn't play about me. Therefore, I'm not going to come up here just give you a word out of my flesh. I always go to God, and I go to him a few times to make sure that this is a word that he wants me to put out to his people. So I would never come up here playing with anyone, not even myself, because I definitely do not want to feel the wrath of God for playing. Okay, so I just wanted to say that, I was just compelled to say that. But anyway, get into the word. Knowing who you are and knowing whose you are. Now let me just say this. When I say knowing who you are, this is not to boost anybody's ego. This is not for you to puff your chest out and say, yeah, this is not for any of that, okay? This is a reminder for you who sometimes get lost in the sauce, sometimes doubt yourself, sometimes, hear what's being said to you through the enemy and or through the world, and you get caught up in that, right? And so I'm just here to remind you today to know who you are, know whose you are, and know what you stand for, okay? We are called to a higher standard. Not that we're better than anybody else, not that we think we're better than, but God is calling us to a different standard than the world. We are not supposed to be conformed to the world, guys. We are supposed to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. We are supposed to be compelling others to Christ, okay? Not falling victim to what the world is doing, what societal norms is, and, the partying, the drinking, the smoking, the twerking, you know what I mean? Like all of the other stuff that you see on Instagram, that you see on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, or these reality shows. Those are not the things that we as Christ-like individuals are supposed to be encountering or embarking in or trying to live up to. We're supposed to know who we are. We're supposed to know whose we are. God is calling us to walk like Christ. God is calling us to walk in purpose. God is calling us to live a life of grace and integrity. Not just because you see somebody else gaining financial means by cheating and robbing and lying and stealing and manipulating, doesn't mean you should be doing the same thing just because it looks and appears like they're getting away with it, or it looks and appears like it's easy, right, to get or to obtain. For those of you who know that when you try to do what others are doing, God will snatch you up real quick. He will let you know, I see you. Don't do what they're doing. You can't do what they're doing. I'm not going to allow you to get away with what they're doing. You know what I mean? I was talking to my son a few weeks ago about the same thing. He was like, Mom, how come it's harder for me? And how come this done? I said, baby, when you're chosen, it's not going to be easy for you. The walk is not going to be easy for you. You are not going to be able to do what the world is doing. You are not going to be able to get away with what everybody else is getting away with. It will look like they're getting away with it, but they're not. They're not. It just appears that they're getting away with it. See, God rewards us when we're living uprightly, when we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? But Satan, he also rewards his people too. And what we see is the flashy cars, clothes, jewelry, all of that stuff. But those are the people who can't sleep at night. Those are the people who got to look over their shoulder every day. Those are the people who are miserable. Those are the people who are depressed, are anxious. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't see that because that's not what they show us. The enemy doesn't want you to see that. He wants you to see the glam of it all. But we have to look beyond that and look through the spiritual realm and see it for what it really is. And not want to covet that because of what it appears to look like in the flesh. We have to look beyond that flesh and look through the spirit, through our spiritual eyes, to see exactly what it is that we need to see, so that we won't try to conform to what the world's desires are. Okay? No, they're not getting away with it. It appears that they are, but trust me, they reap what they sow as well. When you, whatever you put out, it comes back to you. Okay? If you put out malice, if you put out manipulation and stealing and thieving, like if you put out evil is going to come back to you. Okay? But if you put out righteousness, if you put out love, if you put out faithfulness, if you put out all of that good things, those things are going to come back to you. Okay? So, and it may not come back in the way that you see fit for it to come back, but it's going to come back to you. Okay? And it's going to come back to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Okay? God has his way of blessing his people. So do not be caught up in what it looks like, because the world is living one way and it appears that they're getting away with everything that they're doing, because that is not the case. Because when you fall victim to that mentality, you're going to reap Satan's rewards as well. So I just wanted to come up here today and encourage you guys. Know who you are. Know whose you are. Because this walk, like I said before, this walk is not easy. However, you need to know who you are. You need to know your identity. What Jekalyn Carr said in Bigger, in the song Bigger, she said something about God, you're bigger than identity confusion. She wasn't just talking about sexual orientation. She was also talking about people who have imposter syndrome, people who don't know who they are, people who are straddling the fence, right? They know God. They know God is calling them to a higher place in him, or to a higher realm in him, but they still want to stay in the world, and stay confined to the worldly things as well. So they're caught up. One leg is in the world, one leg is in God, and they don't know who they are. So what they portray is what the world expects of them to look like, what the world wants them to be, who the world wants them to be. So they portray that, and then they wonder why they're confused, and then they wonder why their emotions are all over the place, and then they wonder why their brains are scattered all over the place, and they don't know who they are, and they become depressed and they become anxious, because you're not fully committed to what God has for you. You didn't cross over completely. You still got a leg over there. You have to cross fully over to that side in order for God to give you everything that he has for you. You cannot play that game, that back and forth game with God. That's not how it works. So I just want to encourage you today. I just wanted to, I ain't trying to beat nobody up. I just want to come up here and encourage you today. Take that other leg over. Go ahead on and get all the way, jump all the way over. This is leap year. Leap. Take that leap now. Take that leap now, so that you can get in his will for your life, and then you can get the blessings that God has for you, and the rewards and the purpose and the plans that God has for you. I love y'all. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. If I wasn't walking in my calling, and if God hasn't called me to do this will, to his, do his will. So I just wanted to come up here today and encourage you all to walk in his will, do his will, and leap over and get on his side. Because I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, you don't want to be caught up over there. Not even with one leg. You don't want to be caught up on that side. So jump, take that leap of faith, jump on this side of things, and you'll see what God has for you. I love y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for continue to support. Please, please, please share this video. Please like this video. Comment down below, please, if this video has blessed your life today. And also, click the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I post a video. Please subscribe, y'all. Please, please, please. I want to see those numbers going up. But I love y'all, and I'll be back with another video. Bye.